Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has condemned a Russian rocket attack on the city of Sumy that killed 3 people. It came a day after direct peace talks between the warring sides made no progress on ending the 3-year war. Meanwhile, Ukraine's secret services claim they struck again inside Russia. That's 2 days after a spectacular drone attack on air bases. The Ukrainian Security Service says the foundations of the Kerch bridge linking Russia and the illegally annexed Crimea were damaged. Ukraine says it has destroyed part of a bridge connecting Russia to Crimea. Newly released video shows what appears to be underwater explosives taking out part of the bridge. This is the 3rd time the bridge has been targeted, and Ukraine's security service says the operation was the result of months of planning.
And Russia uses it to resupply and stock munitions closer to the front line in Crimea, and Crimea is also an important naval base for the Russian military as well. So strategically hugely important. And as we've seen, Ukraine is really going after high-value targets.
The bridge was reopened later and traffic resumed hours after the attack. The strike comes after Ukrainian forces launched an aggressive air raid on Russia's fleet of nuclear-capable bombers on Sunday. When asked about the attack, the Kremlin today said that President Volodymyr Putin was kept updated in real time and that an investigation is underway. Meanwhile, a Russian rocket attack targeted the northeastern Ukrainian city of Sumy, killing at least 4 people and wounding 25. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy denounced the assault, saying it underscored that Moscow has no intentions of halting the 3-year-old war. Ukrainian officials also say Russian drones destroyed a key postal hub during an overnight attack on Kharkiv, the country's 2nd-largest city. Footage released by the authorities showed firefighters battling flames inside the huge warehouse. Workers were seen battling blazes in Odessa as well, after an attack by Russia in that region overnight, according to officials. The developments come a day after direct peace talks in Istanbul made no progress on ending the fighting. The Kremlin said that work on trying to reach a settlement to end the war in Ukraine was extraordinarily complex, and that it would be wrong to expect any imminent decisions. This after Russia told Ukraine at peace talks that it would only agree to end the fighting if Kyiv gives up big new chunks of territory and accepts limits on the size of its army, demands Ukraine has repeatedly rejected.
Until these start happening, until the security assistance increases, the Sanctioning Russia Act passes and gets implemented, and see their assets unfrozen to go to Ukraine's defense, they're going to continue this war unabated. They will show up to some of these ceasefire negotiations, maybe swap prisoners, send low-level bureaucrats to represent themselves. But until they see those others happen, it's unlikely Russia is going to change their stance when it comes to the ceasefire.
NATO defense ministers will gather later this week in Brussels to discuss member states' military investments, among other topics. The Secretary General has proposed that alliance members meet higher targets for defense spending by 2032. He had proposed members raise defense spending to 3.5% of their GDP and a further 1.5% on border security-related items to meet U.S. President Donald Trump's demand for a 5% target. 22 of NATO's 32 members meet the current 2% target, but leaders say that goal is no longer sufficient, as they now regard Russia as a far greater threat. The meeting comes ahead of the NATO summit in Netherlands at the end of this month, which Trump will attend.